In this video, we're going to be talking about gunfights. Learning hot action. Not the kind with girls or the misses. Not today, not today. These 3 steps to winning gunfights have helped me to win thousands of games and make a pile of airdrops so huge, I might actually qualify for a special edition of my very own on the television show, Orders. Welcome to Norway. You are in the drop zone and I am JealousFist. Yes, I am. And today, we're talking tactics, which allow you to outthink, outplay, and outperform your opposition. This is a bit of a bold and big statement of the video, right? The 3 steps of combat, the 3 keys, the 3 fundamentals to winning most gunfights, right? Kind of a big claim, but it's actually much simpler than most people would probably think just from looking at the title. So, step number 1, get safe. Now this will vary depending upon situation to situation. Getting safe could mean getting behind a house or diving down into a dip in the ground, a little shallow depression with some rocks around it, or maybe a bush to get some concealment, break up your body profile, get out of line of sight. Could be behind a big tree. It could be on top of or behind the dead body of somebody who's on the ground right at your very feet. I've seen that work. Getting safe will always depend on the situation. If you're caught out with no good cover in the open, zigzag to a safer spot, usually within 10 to 15 meters. If it's farther than that, you're just going to have to fire back, get on target, and try to save your life. If you're confused on the direction that the attack is coming from, remember to use the white / shot indicator to know the direction that the attack is coming from, and then just put a tree or a house or something between you and that white shot indicator. Step number 2, face the danger. And that's just a fancy way of saying you need to figure out now, if you didn't already while getting safe, where the attack is coming from and the exact position of your assailant. You need to know where he is. You need to know the angle he has on you. You want to figure out and assess exactly how bad of a situation you are currently in. Step number 3, take action. In nearly every situation in this game, some decision is better than none decision, right? If you're under attack and you immediately start running to cover or firing back at your enemy, either directly with your weapon or indirectly with a grenade or a mortar or something, that is going to give you a little momentum. It's going to give you some kind of control over your fate, win or lose, in these next coming seconds of the fight. If you're standing still for even 1 second, deciding on what you're going to do, it's already too late. You've already lost the fight. That 1 second that you took was one more bullet traveling towards your face, one more move your enemy could make, or another opportunity for his partner to get an angle on you. Anything. You are, if you're ambushed successfully and taken by surprise, you are already at a huge disadvantage. You need to react. You need to move. You need to shoot. You need to do something. Throw bullets at them. Throw grenades, mortars, foul language, anything. You need to move. You need to do something. Now, what is that something? Are you going to shoot? Or are you going to reposition? Do you need to return fire immediately? Do you need to reposition entirely? This will always vary fight to fight. And like I just said previously, most situations, it's better to do one or the other immediately. Immediately, now, ASAP, as soon as possible. Do it, do it, do it. Move. But what you definitely shouldn't do is don't panic and run away carelessly. This will give your attacker the advantage by presenting your back to him instead of your weapon. Point your gun at his face. Don't let him point his gun at your back. And also, just one more little thing on taking action. Initiative is a thing, and giving an enemy the momentum in a fight is never good. You need to take control of the situation, even in a situation that you are not in control of. Your fate isn't sealed when they take that shot and you didn't see it coming. You can beat him. You need to get safe, you need to face the danger, and then you need to take action. This guy who's about to take a shot at me here had a good position and he had surprise. It was a good plan that didn't work. As you can see here, it didn't work out, and when it didn't, he screwed up by not getting back into cover. Look at him expose himself here, and he pays for it. Clip number 2 in decent examples. I thought the first kill was shooting at the second kill inside of the sawmill building. Totally misjudged where he's shooting at, so I thought that I could then push up and loot my first kill. Of course I was wrong, as you see, and the guy was in fact right where he could shoot back at me. And as soon as I saw that, I fell back onto my combat fundamentals, got back into good hard cover, got on target, and put him down. If you follow the 3 steps, they will help you cover for mistakes, because everybody screws up all the time in this game. This surprise contact worked out for me because as soon as he took that shot and I lived through it, I immediately started ducking and dodging around these trees and faced the danger. His big mistake was he abandoned his high ground and then comes way out in the open like that. That is just not a smart thing to do. As you see in this clip here, this aggressive chimney sweep had nearly a perfect plan. He had a good spot to see everybody coming at him. You'll see him up here at this chimney. He's up here working, decides to stop, making a decent, honest living, and just attack random Norwegians going by him. And as soon as this stopped working, he should have abandoned his little chimney here and gotten onto the other side of the roof, or just gotten off of the roof completely and got to better cover. As he's reloading and hiding, he just leaves me this perfect opportunity to get into perfect cover and flank him and get him at an angle he just cannot hide from. Don't do stuff like this. When an ambush doesn't work, you need to accept that and get somewhere better. Believe it or not, despite how sloppy this fight is about to look, I actually think this is the best example I could find of 2 people stumbling into each other, and both of them using good fundamentals of combat. Both of us are trying to hug and keep our cover. We're both trying to get good angles on each other. As you can see, we're both kind of feinting, trying to use perspective and shoulder swapping to just get the other guy out into the open and get a good shot. As you can see, he's doing exactly what I'm doing, and I won't say who this guy is, but I've run into him in many games and he knows what to do. Right there when he went back to hold the grenade, I got very worried, and look how I used just enough cover to shield myself, enough from the grenade to not die, while then coming out into cover to get him. Be aware of that kind of stuff. Be aware. Let's talk exceptions to these rules. There's always exceptions to every rule, right? Everything I say in this video and all of my videos is not the gospel. It's not the be-all, end-all to doing anything or everything, right? The game is too big and vast. There's too much going on. You can't tie yourself at the hip to certain ways and modalities of doing things. A big exception to the 3 fundamentals of combat is when you're caught out in the wide open. Of course, you're going to try and get to cover and get safe and face the danger and then take action. But when you are in the wide open and there's just no cover, there's no hope, and you have no time, think about it. Every second you're searching for cover when you're already under attack equals 1 more bullet traveling through the air trying to hit your handsome Norwegian face. You don't want that. Every second you give your attacker is 1 more attempt at killing you. You have no cover and you have no time, but you do have your weapon, so you need to get on target and try to suppress him or kill him outright. At this point, it's already too late. You need to just fire. You need to just save your life. There are no fancy dance moves. Another exception to the 3 fundamentals is when you have surprise contact, but the guy doesn't actually know that you know he's there yet. So you do have time to choose your reaction. I think I just said this, but this is very rare. But when it does happen, take your time to line up your reference dot. Make sure you're in a good spot for when you pop out of cover that you can actually hit him instantly, because he's just waiting for you to get out. This is so effective. From the other guy's point of view, it feels like he was cheated. And in fact, in this clip, this guy thought I was cheating. Another exception to the 3 combat fundamentals is pushing through when you've made a mistake or you chose the wrong action to take, right? Any action is better than no action, right? Well, because you just took some action without putting a lot of thought into it, about half the time, probably more, if you're me, probably more than half of the time, it's not the right decision. So you just have to live with that. And you need to accept it and need to focus completely on just getting through what you've just gotten yourself into. And remember to control your trigger finger and to control your shots and concentrate on mitigating that recoil and putting this guy down. Just burn him down into Norway's good green dirt. Another exception, countering somebody who's popping in and out of a corner shooting at you. In the clip I'm going to show for this, I'm at a disadvantage because of the angles, and especially for me shooting left of corners, it feels strange. I used the grenade to push him back and gain some ground to get up closer to him, and then as you'll see, I gambled that I was actually going to get him the first time he came out of cover, and it didn't work. And because I'm exposed, that means I need to keep firing into the spot on full auto to either suppress him and then give myself a chance when I run out of ammo to reload, or he's going to screw up and pop out into my waiting fire. And if he pops into it as I'm already shooting, because of latency and how servers work, I am going to get him before he even gets a shot at shooting at me. In fact, right here, I would be surprised if on his screen he didn't get one shot out before I shot him, but I didn't even see it because my bullets were already registering on him. When you're countering somebody shooting around the corner, it's about 50-50 if this is going to work. But when you get in a situation like this, it's pretty much your only hope. Combat fundamental exceptions. Close contact pings. Sometimes you think you're in a good spot and you're pinging somewhere that you think is safe, even if it's a little exposed. You know, your experience tells you it'll be all right, but it's not, and he's right next to you. What do? Yep, you guessed right. You need to embrace how horribly everything went wrong. You need to zigzag around, get on him immediately, ASAP. He already knows where you are. You need to just attack. Just go at him. The last exception I just wanted to cover here, even though it doesn't happen a lot, is what I call a bold leap, which is when you're squaring off with a guy and for whatever reason you have to take a chance. Like in this clip, I knew there was another trio that was going to come on to me any second, so I had to burn this guy down and get away to another position so I could get ready to take on the trio. I wasn't going to be able to defeat them where I was. It's just not going to work out. So to save time in my life, I got into a good spot, and because I'm to the left of him, as I'm jumping down and around, I can be looking right, which feels better for me personally, and in the air be rotating and getting my reference dot right on him. That whole time he's trying to react to me while I'm already set up for the attack. He doesn't know what to do as I'm already knowing what I'm doing, if that makes sense. What did we learn today? We learned that you need to, 1, you need to get safe. 2, you need to face that danger. And 3, you need to take action. Because when some illiterate, non-toothbrushing, unwashed, hasn't read a book in 3 years Norwegian monster jumps out of a bush trying to kill you, you need to do something. Whether that's shooting him or handing him a toothbrush, any decision is better than no decision. You need to react. You need to do things. You need to do something. You need to save your life. Don't stand there thinking about how unfair it is or how this guy is a camper or all of these little excuses we make in our minds when things are going wrong. The situation happened. You need to deal with it. You need to face it like a radiation-loving, Queen Forsythia appreciating, lady pirate-loving, airdrop stealing, savage Vigor player, right? You need to take control of the situation and do something about it. Norway is a hard place. Things are hard here. There's 2 types of people in this game. There's TryHards or there's DieEasies. Don't be a DieEasy. Don't die easy. Try hard. Whether that means getting kills or airdrops or loot or running around these irradiated outlands waving hey at people. You need to try hard, whatever that means to you. Otherwise, you're a DieEasy and your game is over and the time was wasted. Don't do that to yourself. And as always, almost screwed up there. We almost forgot something, didn't we? And there it is right there. It's the code I almost forgot for a free battle pass for Xbox. Whoever you are, I hope you enjoy it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And as always, I am your ~1 airdrops retrieved, 11,000 and counting, all time, all systems, and your favorite official Vigor partner, JealousFist. Bye.